How's it going, YouTube? Skylar, North Georgia Piper, coming to you from the garage. I'm enjoying a bowl of Peterson Sherlock Holmes from 2023. Enjoying it a lot more than I did in 2023. It was one of those, you can tell by the jar. I cracked it open and I decided, hey, this needs some time. Mainly because when I lit up that first bowl, I remember it absolutely steamed my mouth. And I'm one of them that I don't sit my tobacco out to dry before I smoke it. When I get a hankering for a pipe, I like to load it and go. And so um, I knew this tobacco was going to need some time to rest. And boy, was I right, because it is still extremely moist, but it's not going to steam your mouth like a lobster tail or nothing like that, or like a pile of dumplings, whatever you want to call it. Anyhow, I don't know why I'm talking about food. It's a Virginia burley with a citrusy fruit topping. It is not the same, but it makes me think of Aaron Moore mixture. The topping is very similar. And of course, the Virginia and burley. Aaron Moore is very much, at least I've never had the new stuff. The old Aaron Moore that I've smoked um, was definitely better, well-rounded, more well-rounded, well-rounded. Choose which way you like to say that. Anyways, more well-rounded than this is right here. This is I don't know, inconsistent would be a way to say it. The only consistency is the topping hasn't burned off, and I'm about halfway through a bowl. As far as the Virginia burleys go, it goes back and forth, and sometimes both of them at once, but it's like one's trying to fight the other. I don't know. I don't know what causes that. Because originally, when that happens, it would be because possibly when the tobacco was packaged in a tin, there was just pockets of Virginia and burley. But I use a big old funnel thing when I jar up my tobacco, so I know this got mixed up well when I put it in the jar. So I don't know what's causing that, but anyhow, it's smokable. It's a good change of pace from I've been smoking Prince Albert and Carter Hall like they're going out of business. Back and forth, back and forth. So my palate is a little shocked right now. So it could be that making it taste inconsistent, because my palate's just so used to either just burley or a very burley forward burley Virginia. And that could be it as well, but it's not bad. I've watched a couple of videos. I've watched more than I've commented on here. I've not made any videos, mainly because I've just been so busy. You can probably hear in the background there's a noise going on. I have a dehydrator. First time it's been fired up since high school, so it's trucking along pretty good. If you know our area around here in northwest Georgia, it's from Cabela's, and Cabela's ain't been up here in a while. Bass Pro bought them out and then shut down and emptied out the building years ago. So I bought that back in high school at Cabela's, and it's doing pretty good. My wife came from the garden, had a big old bushel of basil. Bushel of basil. That sounds good, doesn't it? Anyhow, she's not big on basil, so I was surprised she planted it anyway. She likes how I use it anyhow, so that might be part of it. But she told me, she said, I trimmed it because it needed to be trimmed, but it's too much, so I'm just going to discard it, throw it out. And she's talking about how she wished she had a compost pile, so I already know that's going to be another project for next year, but just because she mentioned it. But anyhow, my dehydrator has been right up there on that shelf back there forever. And I hadn't used it since we've been married. So it's not been used in at least 6 years I know of. And I told her, I said, well, let me destem it and I'll dehydrate it. We don't have any basil in the spice cabinet, so we'll just do that. We'll dehydrate it, crumble it up, and jar it up and use it. And it'll last longer because it's dehydrated. So that's what we're doing out here with that. And then I've got another project pending, uh, me getting started on it. Uh, I've got a pile of tongue and groove board here, 12-foot pieces that is for a project for uh, doing the ceiling in the foyer. We right before we bought the house, the master bath shower in the master bath, the drain leaked, and all the ceiling. This house was built in the 70s, 2-story house, so all the ceilings used to be popcorn ceiling, and the kitchen is now tongue and groove, as well as the foyer, or not the foyer, my bad, the stairwell and the upstairs hallway, and the addition and the living room are all tongue and groove board now, or they have been for years. And whenever that leak happened, if you've ever dealt with popcorn ceiling, you know if you just get a little bit of moisture on there, that stuff starts falling. And so there's a big old bare patch of sheetrock with popcorn everywhere else in the foyer. So it's a good excuse to start those projects. So I'm going to just do the foyer, and then the scraps from where the stairwell is in the foyer is going to go do a part of the living room. It's kind of hard to explain. Our addition in the living room used to be a screened-in porch, which is a whole fiasco. The contractors that did it way before I ever met my wife or before we ever bought this house, the contractors that did it did a horrible job. And last year, with all the rain we got, it actually started the posts. They didn't reinforce it. They didn't build a foundation under it, and they didn't double check if the posts for that screened-in porch were even concreted in the ground. And spoiler alert, they were not. So they started sinking in the ground, and the back of the living room started to pull off from the house. Not so bad. You couldn't see daylight or nothing, and the siding on the outside of the house was fine, but it was pulling the seams and the sheetrocks in the corner real bad. And when it did that, there's a column that's a support column against the wall. It used to be an exterior wall there. Of course, now it's not because it's an extension. But the support column's still there to, hold up the roof and or the second story of the house. It used to have tile on it, and when that sheetrock was pulling back, that tile just started falling off, and it was like liquid nailed on there. So when I remodeled the entire downstairs last year, I just ripped all the tile off. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the scrap tongue and groove, and it's going to be enough to wrap the 3 sides of that column in tongue and groove. I think it'll look pretty good. But we'll see. That's a lot of 45 degrees angles to cut and get right. So we'll learn today, won't we? But anyhow. Between the projects like that and then the amount of rain we had, so everything that's green is growing uncontrollably. It's just been busy around here. What little free time I find in the evenings like now, when everybody's in bed, so I can't make noise in the house. It's dark, so I can't do nothing outside. I have actually been coming outside in the garage before doing it in my office and just trying to be quiet. There we go. Looky there. Look how pretty she is. That is my banjo. I bought it 2 years ago, and my in-laws lived here. It was before we bought the house from them, and they moved out. So just being a courteous son-in-law, I never played it when they were around. And then last year, after we bought the house, they moved out. Last February, it was a year ago, February. They moved out. Then it was game on to just gut everything and redo everything. So I wasn't able to pick on it last year either. So I've had a wild hair on me lately to learn the banjo, and it's going fairly decent. Even my wife said that I'm getting a lot better. Sure, she's definitely ready for me to move on to another song. I've been, because I did play it some when I first got it, because it was a new banjo and I was excited for it. And I was doing very slow roll patterns over and over and over. And I started learning the very basic of bull M cabbage down. And of course now I've got bull M cabbage down pretty good. And it's a little bit more of an advanced version of it. She's very tired of bull M cabbage down though. And so the next step on the lessons I've been taking, I've been using free lessons on YouTube. And the guy that I watch has a free tablature on his website, which of course, in banjo, you're not really supposed to read tablature, definitely during gigs and whatnot, but it's good for learning. So I'm using it a little bit for learning. And I've been, the last couple of days, learning Cripple Creek. So that's going pretty good. So all my typical pot smoking time has been dedicated to the banjo. And the only reason I was able to really squeeze in a video tonight was because I managed to get out here early tonight. I got out here, we ate dinner. My wife's a good cook. Side note. We ate dinner, got the kids to bed, and then she went and watered her garden because it ain't rained enough apparently. That's sarcasm. It's rained plenty. But she loves that garden. And by George, it is doing good. Side note. We're fairly certain that I have ADHD. Another side note. What was I saying? I don't know. I'm playing Cripple Creek now. Oh, got the kids in bed, and then I was able to get out here early. Practice for 2 hours, and had enough time for a pop in the video. I don't know if that was painful for y'all, but that was painful for me to listen to. And I'm done listening to myself, so I will catch y'all next time as long as the Lord wills and the creek don't rise. God bless.